question to demonstrate what a reading would look like for my past, present, and potential, and really making this brief. My readings, when I'm paid for this, are always 30 minutes long for 3 cards. Past, present, and potential. Your past is where you're coming from, what's already happened in relationship to your question. It describes the event, circumstances, or conditions that have led up to where you are now. The present, where you are now. The bridge you are now crossing, a new direction or condition coming into being. And then there's potential, what direction you are headed, what is likely to unfold. Nothing is in cement. The end result, outcome, or resolve as a result of the preceding card. When I asked the universe, what does the universe want me to know, the first card I chose was the dove. Where are you coming from? What has already happened in relationship to the question describes the event, circumstances, or conditions that have led up to where you are now. And the dove is peace, maternity, and prophecy. It's a connection to water and creativity. It's a song from the dove as a rain song, out of mourning, meaning mourning, invokes new waters of life. No matter what your life circumstances, no matter what your conditions, new waters and new life are still possible. The dove happens to sing at dawn and dusk, the in-between times. And that's where there's a thinning of the veil that exists between the physical and the spiritual, the past and the future. mourn the past, awaken to the future. A bird of prophecy can help you see what you can give birth to in your life. It's a time of peace, love, gentleness, kindness. Dove reminds you that in order to soar, you must know when to move your wings and allow the wind to take to new heights. Get moving. Dove is a spiritual messenger. Take deep breaths. Relax. The solution to a problem will find you. There's a shift occurring, and what you are truly looking for is just around the corner. And as we all know, most chaos happens just before dreams come true. So this is very interesting to do this the night before my show for reasons I can't totally go into. I went to what we call the dump in South Carolina to take some of my trash. And when I went there, they kept calling this bird a pigeon. It was a dove. It was a white dove. And it kept walking in front of all the cars coming to dump their recycles and to put their trash in the bins and their boxes and their... At any rate, I had a great concern that while I was there and dumping my garbage, this dove, which they kept calling a pigeon, was about to be run over. And there were 3 men there, and they said, this dove, but they called it a pigeon, has been out here all day walking in front of the cars. It's very frustrating to spend hours trying to shoo it. And I said, well, maybe it's thirsty, maybe it's hurt, maybe it's hungry. Let me help you. And I did. I always, as you know if you watched shows earlier, carry cat food, a jug of water, a leash in my car. That just handles most emergencies. I donated the dog bowl, put cat food in it. Every animal on the face of the planet will eat cat food, and moved it into the shade. And I watched the dove, as I'm doing this, walk under a woman's car who had just driven up. And she was getting back into her car, and I had to run up to her. So this is really interesting that the dove came up as my past as a card. And she said, oh my God, I don't want to kill it. And she said, you got a stick? And I said, look, I put food and water over here, but I can get 2 brooms from these guys. And she got on the driver's side, and I got on the passenger side. And as she shooed, meaning we had to kind of scare the dove toward me, I brushed behind the dove and moved it. And when we got to the water that the kind fellow that worked there had already filled my bowl up, I I dipped my hand in the bowl of water. I mean, good God, it was 102 degrees today. I dipped my hand in the bowl of water, and this was going to be my test. Is this dove hurt? Or, can it fly? And if I throw water at it, although it might enjoy it because of the heat, it will be startled and it should fly away. I took a cup of water in my hand and threw it at the dove, and yes, indeed, the bird flew. So the bird was, if it was injured, it was neurological, and it flew to another end. And this guy said, we've watched this bird for hours. And I said, well, quit calling it a pigeon. It's a dove. And doves are peace, and they have a great connection to water. And so no matter what your life conditions, new waters and new life are still possible. So that was the first reading of my demonstration, because of course I'm not going to read someone else's cards for a demo, because that's an invasion of privacy. But I'm willing to share. Again, presence. And I have to interpret this on the fly. I got a woodpecker. I added that, frankly, and the dove to the animal medicine cards that I had been reading for over 20 years. And where are you now in the bridge you're now crossing, in a new direction or condition coming into being? And I drew the woodpecker. And the woodpecker, think about it. This is why it's so fun to understand animals and read these cards. The woodpecker's call is like the drum beat of the heart, and this is an awakening of my spirit into action. The key is to live more fully, to live in the moment. Now again, this is my present card. Woodpecker reminds you to return to your natural rhythm, which is in harmony with whatever your path, your life's path is. And to know that the foundation is there and it's safe to follow through. So you listen to your body's rhythms and sounds to heed what they're telling you. You need to be in control of your personal environment, and you don't want others to try and change it. And you control issues to control a problem. Control issues can also be a problem. It also says I'm a good analyst and have strong mental capabilities. So the woodpecker suggests that I maintain balance when reviewing any situation or issue. Too much analyzing can result in procrastination. That I have the power to discriminate between good and bad. So think of opportunity knocking and answer the door. Use your head like the woodpecker. Trust your gut. Follow through with your plans. So that was a very enlightening pick for me. And again, I'm doing this on the fly. I didn't know what I was going to draw. My potential. I never say future, because nothing is in cement. Nothing. It's just tendencies to consider. So when I drew the cat for what direction you are headed, and how ironic, as you might know, since I am a big cat rescuer for 25, really more than that, but 25 years, 136, that's a lot of cats. Community cats, by the way. Anyway, the cat says or suggests my potential is magic, independence, mystery, cleverness, and that my perceptions will be clarified. The mysteries of life will unfold, and new ideas will manifest. Mental and emotional agility will increase. Hey, how much more positive can this be? You are learning courage and confidence. Your intuition and my intuitive abilities are increasing and allowing soul growth. Well, who wouldn't want to hear that? Cat is symbolic of the connection with what usually hides in darkness or the unknown. Patience, wait for the right moment to act. You're independent, but enjoy social connections. You have a spirit of adventure and courage and a deep, relaxed connection with self. And I'm telling you right now, that's true. Cat represents healing from the inside out. Cat represents great curiosity and exploration of the unknown and the unconscious. So no matter what your circumstances are, I'm going to land back on my feet. So cat is a strong source of inspiration to renew your perspective and take courage to act. I think I'm doing that. As I keep telling you, I'm getting ready. So many things have happened, and I will be telling you about that tomorrow. And I will go live to tell you about that. But cat is a strong source of inspiration to renew your perspective and take courage to act. And it's time to explore new ways to look at things. We all need to look at things differently and have new perspectives. It's a time to be independent and know it's okay not to follow someone else's lead. So that's an example of the past, present, and potential of my card reading. And now I'm going to go live to make some more comments about this that I think you'll appreciate. And this is one of those behind-the-scene things. I've done this for over 20 years with friends and for myself, and it's intuitive and it's always true.